Lion reunites with Caretaker after 8 years. His reaction will show CQ. What happens when a woman rescues and raises a lion cub, only to return years later for a reunion? As she approaches, the wild animal reacts in a way so unexpected that it leaves her completely stunned. On a bright and lively Saturday afternoon, the Masai Mara National Reserve in Kenya was full of energy. The air echoed with the calls of wildlife, blending with the chatter of park staff and volunteers as they carried out their daily tasks. Among them was Shirley, a dedicated caretaker, barely able to contain her excitement. She was anxiously awaiting the arrival of someone very special, someone she hadn't seen in 8 long years. As she went about her duties, her mind kept drifting back to their last moments together. Would he still remember her? Would their bond still be the same? The uncertainty filled her with both anticipation and nerves as she prepared for the long-awaited reunion. Would their bond still be as strong as it once was? The memories of their first meeting remained vivid in her mind. Years ago, Shirley had been a dedicated volunteer at the sanctuary. One day, while taking a peaceful stroll through the forest, she had no idea that her life was about to change forever. She felt a presence following her, and after several glances over her shoulder, she finally saw movement out of the corner of her eye. Turning suddenly, her heart racing, she was surprised to find not a human, but a small lion cub with large, curious eyes staring back at her. For a moment, Shirley stood frozen, unsure of what to do. The cub, realizing it had been spotted, stopped in its tracks, its expression mirroring that of a child caught in the act. Instead of fear, Shirley felt amused by the young lion's antics. How often does one come across a lion cub sneaking up during a forest stroll? As the cub continued to stare at her with those innocent eyes, Shirley felt a wave of affection. The little lion cautiously took a step forward, clearly curious and eager to make a new friend. Shirley watched in awe as the cub approached, excitement in its eyes. For the next few hours, they played together, chasing each other through the forest and rolling around in the grass. Despite her attempts to shake it off, the cub continued to follow Shirley. She found it both comforting and disconcerting. Worried about the cub's safety, Shirley made her way to the nearest caretaker station and explained the situation. The caretakers were both amused and concerned. They launched an investigation to find the cub's pride. But despite their efforts, they found no signs of agitation among the lionesses. After a week of searching, the sanctuary accepted that they might have to care for the cub themselves. Shirley, having grown fond of the cub, was more than happy to take on the responsibility. She named him Loki and devoted herself to his care. They became inseparable, exploring the sanctuary together, playing games, and enjoying each other's company. However, raising Loki wasn't without its challenges. As he grew, he became more independent and curious. Shirley had to balance nurturing his natural instincts with ensuring his safety. When the time came for Loki to join other lions at the Masai Mara National Reserve, saying goodbye was one of the hardest things she had ever done. Shirley promised to visit every holiday, hoping he would understand. When summer arrived, Shirley eagerly went to the reserve, only to find Loki gone. Panic set in as she searched for him frantically. A caretaker informed her that Loki had been taken to India on an exchange program. Although relieved he was safe, Shirley was heartbroken by the distance separating them. 4 years later, armed with a degree in wildlife conservation, Shirley returned to the Masai Mara National Reserve. She was thrilled to secure a position at the reserve, fulfilling her dream. Every day brought new challenges and opportunities, but the memory of Loki was never far from her mind. One day, while out in the field, Shirley received surprising news. Loki was returning to the reserve after 8 years. Overwhelmed with emotion, she prepared a special area for his arrival. Excitement mixed with apprehension. What if he didn't remember her? What if their bond had faded? The day of Loki's return finally arrived. Shirley joined the crowd of caretakers, her heart racing as the transport vehicle approached. As the gate swung open, Loki emerged, scanning his surroundings with curiosity. For a moment, their eyes met, and Shirley felt a surge of hope. However, Loki seemed hesitant, and Shirley's heart sank. Determined, Shirley resolved to give Loki time to acclimate. She knew patience was key in building trust with wild animals. As days passed and the caretakers carried on with their routine, something unexpected occurred. One of the lions suddenly broke away from the group, moving toward them with slow, deliberate steps. Shirley's heart pounded as she recognized him. It was Loki. A rush of emotions flooded her, a mix of excitement and uncertainty. Summoning her courage, she took a deep breath and called out his name, hoping he still remembered her. Loki hesitated, his gaze locked onto her with a blend of curiosity and recognition. Gathering her courage, Shirley took a step forward, extending her hand in a silent gesture of friendship. To everyone's astonishment, Loki closed the distance between them and gently pressed his head against her chest, his deep purr resonating through the air. Tears welled in Shirley's eyes as she wrapped her arms around his powerful neck, overwhelmed by the undeniable bond they still shared. The other caretakers were stunned by the lion's reaction, but Shirley felt no surprise. She knew their bond had endured the test of time. In the days that followed, Shirley and Loki were inseparable, making up for the years they had lost. Their reunion reignited Shirley's passion for her work at the reserve, giving her a renewed sense of purpose. Together, they embarked on new adventures, driven by a shared determination to make a difference in the world. Against all odds, their extraordinary journey had come full circle, proving that true friendship knows no bounds. What an incredible story! If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so please leave a comment below. See you in the next video.